What is up, guys? Wolfgang here. So today I want to talk about the ASUS ROG Cetra 2. Now these earbuds do retail for $100, and well, I got these just about a month ago, and I wanted to make a quick review and let you know what I think about them. So let's get into it. Now, very quickly, ASUS did not sponsor this video, and they did not send me this product. I bought it with my own money, and everything I say will be my thoughts and my thoughts alone. Now, when you get the product, it comes in this beautiful box. As always, I believe ASUS, or ROG specifically, makes the most beautiful boxes for their products. And well, you receive it in this box with a little magnetic latch, and it is shrink wrapped, but yeah. And then the earbuds themselves come in a nicely show-offy fashion. I just left them in the case because that's where you most of the time carry them. And you come with a few replacement ear tips and wing tips. In the box, you get this case, the earbuds themselves, as well as some replacement ear tips and ear wings, as well as a small clip to clip it to your shirt. Now, this clip I haven't used all that much, to be honest. I've tried to clip it onto my shirt, but it ends sliding off. So for the time being, I'm keeping it here. Maybe someday I'll find a shirt to which it can stick to, but for now it's staying there. As well as here I have a replacement size of silicone ear tips. And well, these earbuds do come with two kinds of ear tips. It comes with silicone as well as one pair of memory foam ear tips, which is what I've got on the earbuds currently. Now, memory foam is great for for sound isolation as well as fit. I find that memory foam is more comfortable in my ears, as I've experienced with the Comply foam tips for my Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro. And so I decided to put these on that came in the box, and I have definitely preferred them over the silicone tips. However, sometimes silicone tips can feel a little bit less tight inside your ears per se. And so if you want to wear them for extended periods of time, sometimes silicone might be better, depending if you want to isolate the most amount of sound you can from the earbuds, from the sound, or if you want more comfort. Now, let's get into the design on these earbuds. So these earbuds have a normal standard cable, I'd say. It's not braided or anything, but it is a fairly nice cable. It does resist bends pretty nicely, and it is a Type-C cable, a Type-C connector, which I really appreciate personally. As I've not only moved from headphone jacks, as they no longer exist on most devices, USB-C just is a convenience factor more than a audio quality factor. As with my case, it has a USB-C port on the front, as well as audio and mic jacks. However, I find that having a single USB-C to be able to connect to all my devices is much more convenient, which is why I decided to buy some Type-C gaming earbuds, or Type-C earbuds in general. Now, as always, I've really appreciated ROG's design, as it is on a somewhat aggressive, metallic, boxy design, and well, these earbuds share that exact same design language. However, my one issue with these earbuds, at least in the design department, is that these things are huge. They stick out of your ear quite badly. So looks-wise, they're not great. However, I did buy these earbuds to game with them most of the time, so their aesthetic looks aren't much of a big deal, as I don't plan on wearing them outdoors, unless I find a productive benefit to wearing them outdoors, in which case I'd be fine with how they look, or I'd use another pair of earbuds, which in most cases would be something like the Galaxy Buds Pro. By the way, new video coming up soon on the Galaxy Buds 2 Pro. Hit the subscribe button if you don't want to miss out. As you may have noticed, these earbuds do have the logo on the side. One of their quote-unquote pluses, which you can also see on the box over here, is that they have RGB. And now, this part could be somewhat controversial. It really depends on how much of a fan you are of RGB itself. But for the most part, what you got to consider is these are earbuds. They are meant to be worn in your ears, and your eyes will never be seeing these RGBs pretty much while in use. Now when you put them down, sure, I guess you can have a little bit of bling going on your table. But personally, I don't see this as a bonus nor as a useful feature. Now, if you are in the ASUS Armory crate or AuraSync ecosystem with their products for RGB lighting, I guess you could make some cool effects having everything synchronized. And very quickly in the application, you do have options for static lighting, for breathing, which we're going to let breathe there just for you to see. You have options as well as strobing. And you have the color cycle as well as music. Now these don't react to the microphones themselves. They actually react to music that is playing. So I'll just quickly play a song so you can see how that looks. And now, depending on the music you listen to, volumes, and how hyped up it can be, the lighting can begin to change on how it reacts. Something like dubstep, which I'm playing currently, can be a little bit more exciting than different kinds of music. But yeah, that honestly, I still think it's mostly not quite that helpful, especially while using the earbuds as they're intended to be in your ears. Now we're already talking about RGB, and I was inside of Armory Crate at the time. We can talk a little bit about the app and the features it provides. So, in the app, you can customize quite a lot about these earbuds. You can change volumes, which, I mean, sure. You can lower the bit rate if that's what you're interested in for some reason, or the polling rate. And then you have several effects. Now, one of my annoyances with these earbuds, which I'm going to talk about also in a bit, is the labeling in this app, as it isn't exactly that easy to understand which slider or which option does what. So for example, you have several under sound optimization, you have several included EQs that they provide. And then that's fairly standard. Then you have channel volume, which in my experience, I've only ever seen the front left and front right be activated, no matter if I turn on or off virtual surround sound. So yeah, it's quite confusing. Perhaps I'm misunderstanding the app. Perhaps you need to have some speakers connected to it and a subwoofer to be able to see those populate in the respective different speakers or virtual speakers, I guess. I really don't know how this works. Not really versed in the surround sound audio game currently. So yeah, that's not really a feature I see too useful. And then if we go back to the right, we can find a custom equalizer, which is what I've done. Now, as you can see, there's sort of two preset equalizer sections, which is just strange in my opinion. I've personally EQ'd it to my own taste. Now, these earbuds are a bit on the muddier side with sound quality. So, especially comparing them to something like the Buds 2 Pros, or even comparing them, although a bit overkill, to my Sony WH-1000XM4s, the audio quality is not the greatest. I can admit that. However, you only really notice it in music, but we'll get a bit more into that later. So, continuing with the app, you have three sliders down here, which are bass boost, compressor, and voice clarity. So bass boost, you would assume, would normally be for audio quality for what you're listening to. But no, for some reason, these three sliders are for the mic. And I won't be going too deep into them as they all sound pretty bad or don't really make a difference in how the audio sounds. And I will be playing an audio test in just a bit for you to hear how it sounds compared to my normal microphone, which is my phone, the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, as well as a clip from my dedicated microphone, which I've currently had some issues with self noise and some static in the background, which is why I'm currently recording off of my phone and using that microphone, which hasn't given me issues similar to that. But anyways, regardless, these three sliders, I would not recommend turning them on. as well as this one up here, which has reverb for your microphone. I would not recommend. Now for noise gate and perfect voice, at least this one is labeled microphone, but it doesn't seem to do much either as far as the audio goes. So in general, most of these settings don't do much. The equalizer does, I can admit that. But yeah, something has to change in this app. Personally, I think the UI could be much nicer to make it actually usable. But, well, to each their own. You might enjoy it. I personally don't. Now then, for audio quality, these things sound muddy off the get-go. And it does take quite some work to make them sound somewhat decent for music, which is where you most notice the poor audio quality these things have. Here's a picture of my equalizer, how I've tuned it, and in my opinion, it sounds fine. It sounds okay. And as far as the mic goes, it is not great either. It uses these two microphones, which are quote-unquote invisible microphones, to detect your voice. And I mean, it does the job, but it's only okay at best. Now then, one of the huge draws for me for these earbuds is that they have active noise canceling, which is something I've talked about quite a lot on my Galaxy Buds Pro video, as well as the WH-1000XM4s. And so it's something I really appreciate to have. And these earphones, it isn't as effective at removing sound as those other two are. And I mean, that is to be expected. ASUS isn't exactly an audio brand, and well, these earbuds are just $100. And if we're comparing them to something like the two I just mentioned go from 2 to 3 times the price of these. So in the end, it does eliminate some background noise. For example, any HVACs or a fan, it does remove that, and I do appreciate having that feature. And to control the ANC or transparency mode or off, you have this button on the side of the controller. So right now it's on ANC. You press it once and it'll go to active hearing, which will let the noise through, and it will lower your volume from the earbuds. So lower the music volume, for example. If you click it one more time, it just turns ANC off and no noise pass through. So it's just like normal earbuds. And then when the light is on, you click it one more time. That means active noise canceling, which, as I mentioned, is a nice feature to have, even though this one is the weakest of my audio devices. Let's go into the price of these earbuds. So as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, these go for $100, and it is nice that it comes with quite a few accessories, quite a few replacements, as well as ANC and, well, RGB for those of you who like it. $100, personally, I think is an okay price for these, to be honest. The audio quality for music isn't great, but what I have found with these earbuds is that they're really good while playing games. So I've recently been playing and trying out the first Descendant, which is basically Destiny with a flair of Anthem, in my opinion. Let me know if you have any controversial takes there. But I've really enjoyed the game, and these earbuds have been doing really nicely playing that game. I bought these mostly because I was tired of using my headphones while gaming, as they get my ears really hot, and I live in a tropical climate, which means that it's extremely hot. So I bought these for that, and during gaming, my teammates' audio quality is amazing. I use, of course, my dedicated mic for that, which makes my audio great. And as far as the in-game audio, it is pretty good. I wouldn't say amazing, simply because sometimes it is hard to distinguish if a sound is coming from ahead of you or behind you, but that isn't too big of a deal. Especially with small earbuds, that is to be expected. As far as annoyances go for these earbuds, I'd say I have 2 annoyances for these. So the first one is the setup time that it takes. Now, that is perhaps because I've listened to higher quality audio and I wanted to make these sound as good as they could. Now, I just want to make these sound as good as they could, and that's why it took me perhaps half an hour to an hour to set these up to get their audio quality as good as I could find them to be. That is annoying to have to do. They do sound a bit muddy out of the box, so you do have to play around with it. I would recommend. But That's my gripe with the audio quality. I did not expect much from the mic quality. I only really expect more when it has something like a boom mic, and in this case they don't. So audio mic quality is just fine. And my biggest annoyance is the app itself. As I showed you earlier, some things aren't labeled, some things aren't clear if it's for the mic or for the audio that you're going to listen to. And well, there's two sound optimization / equalizer things that just confuses me quite a lot, and I've played around with both of them and I still don't understand them. So at this point I just made my own equalizer and settled with that. Now, as a conclusion, these earbuds are not for just anyone. You do have to be a specific kind of person to actually want to buy these and for you to enjoy them. I would definitely say that, like most ROG products, they are more directed towards gaming focused people with RGB and with their aggressive metallic angular design, which I do really appreciate. So if you plan to listen to music with these, I'd personally recommend buying other pairs of earbuds more than these. But if your main focus is Discord and a video game, I think these are great for you. And I've really enjoyed them for that specific use case. Another great thing of these earbuds is the USB Type-C connector. I think it's just super convenient. It's much easier. It's much more compatible with devices nowadays than a headphone jack. And well, I just really enjoy USB Type-C everything. And so I've really enjoyed these having Type-C, and it's why it led me to making this purchase decision. As for the moment, there aren't too many USB Type-C earbuds that are great. I did want to buy, so I ended up sticking with these. Let me know if you know any USB Type-C earbuds that are really good. And lastly, the greatest advantage these have is that they're great at keeping your ears cool, as they're not headphones, only earbuds. But yeah, guys, that's the video. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos that I upload. Let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments for these. I'll be happy to answer them. And yeah, I recommend you check out the video on the other two pairs of earbuds I have. I'm hoping to get the WH-1000X and Fires by the end of the year. And I'll make a review on those, comparing them, as well as the Galaxy Buds 2 Pro. So, thank you very much for watching, guys. Have a great day.